Carl, we'll start off since we last spoke. Carl Keswick, club captain's agreed a 2-year deal with the club. How pleased are you to get him secured?
Oh, real happy. You know, Kez is a big part of our club, and you know he's a pleasure to have around. He understands the pay structure here and things like that, and you know, to have the captain on board again for a couple of years, which will take him hopefully to his testimonial year. Real happy. He's a massive part of what we do here, and he's a leader.
Some achievement as well, as you mentioned there, testimonial year, to spend 10 years here at Doncaster, pretty special.
Oh yeah, and you know, if he continues doing the things he'll do, and he'll be here for more than 10 years as well. He's a smashing lad, and I've got an immense amount of time for him.
Obviously as well, that was followed up on Monday with the announcement that Mark Castle has also signed a year deal. Big prop forward, you know, since his return from Hunslet, he had a really good season last year. Yeah,
listen, we didn't really want to lose Mark when he went to Hunslet a couple of years ago, and again, him and Kezi are very good together. They're enforcers and they're tough boys, and Cass knows what the club's all about, and you know, he's had a good year. He's had a couple of those niggly injuries that he's going to try and fix up in the off-season, but we all know what we're getting from Cass. Nothing. He doesn't give nothing less than 100% for however long he's out there. You know, I know he wants to try and be able to play a lot more minutes, and if he does that, you know, we'll be in a good place.
We've also this week brought in our first new signing from another club, in Charlie Martin from Keighley Cougars. Quite a coup that from, you know, someone who you expect to be competitive in League One next season. Oh,
listen, that's Gary is coach Charlie at Castleford, and you know, he brought Charlie in to meet me, and you know, I liked what he had to say. We all know when he was at Cass a few years ago, he was tipped to be the next best thing, and he played well for Cass. I remember him when he played for Cass, but you know, we asked him some real straight questions on what he wants to achieve and why he's not kicked on and stuff like that, and very impressed with what he had to say. And you know, we think by offering him a 2-year deal, he may settle down, and he really wants to get stuck in and work hard. So he's at the right age for this club, especially when we showed him the vision of the club and where we're going and what we want to achieve, and he really wanted to be a part of it. And you know, it's all over to Charlie now to work hard and get stuck in, and another one who could end up being here for many years to come, because we all know his ability is not in question. You know, we all know he can play. He just needs to go out and do that.
Obviously, when you're looking for players, you know, primarily you're looking for what they do on the pitch, but how important is their off-field character as well? Oh,
it's massive for us. We, you know, we look at the attitude, and you know, last year we had 20 new players, and there'll be some that leave, and for reasons being the way they conduct themselves, maybe, or for what they do on the field, but. You've got to have an overall package. The club wants a good image, and you know, some players who've gone to play at higher level have spoke to us and recommended things, and would be foolish not to listen to them. And you know, them who go to play in the higher level are going purely because they want to challenge themselves and they want to go far in the game. Now, that's not to say we won't re-engage with them in the future when we get promoted. Because they'll be experienced at that level. So, you know, we've said to them, we may come and try and pinch you back in a year or so, but go and get some good experience playing championship, and we really hope it works for them. You know, the ones that are going up and testing themselves are decent kids and ones we wanted to keep, but really respect their decision in wanting the challenge. And it was nothing to do with the figures on the contracts. It was the challenge of trying to play at a higher level.
Obviously at the moment now there's 5 signings altogether which have been announced. Are you pleased with where you're at?
Listen, there'll be plenty more to announce over the next few days. There'll be a real big one next week, hopefully. Well, there will be. No hopefully there will be a big announcement next week, and I'm pretty sure it'll urge everyone to get their season ticket, because these players cost money, and the board are putting their hands in the pockets and giving us a little bit of a budget here to get them. But the more we get in season tickets and all that, then we may go and get another big signing. So at the minute, if I'm honest, at the minute it feels like to me we're the only League One club because the phones just never stop, the agents and amount of players wanting to come and join the club. So the reputation of the club is good. I suppose we spoke a little bit about it last week when we see all these clubs in a little bit of difficulty and players not getting paid, and there's murmurs of other players in Championship not being paid last week. Well, I suppose the reputation of our club is we pay what we can afford, but the players have never ever been late with a payment from 2009, which I suppose that gets around, and we're having to turn a lot of players, whereas probably a few years away, whereas probably a year or so ago we would have snapped the hand off to bring him here. But we're at a situation now we don't need to panic by. The boys Gary's brought in, I'm pretty sure when they get announced, the fans will be really optimistic, and why not? I'm looking forward to the season already, and I'm pretty sure we can really give it a go next year and have a crack, and hopefully once the fans see all the names, they'll like I say, they'll get their season ticket, and hope that they'll just get as excited as we are. Some decent announcements to make, and it's looking good. We're looking real good, and we just can't wait.